Hello everyone, welcome to today's showcase on Dark Souls 3. Now, time for a weapon that's not historically accurate anymore. We've been doing a couple weapons that were, but it's time to get that out of the way. This one's not. It's too big. As in, no one could possibly lift it in history. Not even Andre the Giant. And he was pretty big. Not an actual giant, but he was big. Not big enough for this weapon. Of course, every aspiring knight wishes to lift this weapon. The Lothric Knight Greatsword. This time, the Great may actually be well placed. But first, let's read a description, which reads, Ultra Greatsword of the Variable Knights of Lonthric. Imbues the strength of lightning, the trademark of dragon hunting. Very few have demonstrated the extreme strength and dexterity required for this weapon, even in a long history of the Lothric Knights. Are you sure? I fought enough of them for this game. They use the skill of the Stomp. Use one's weight to lunge forward with a low stance to increase poise and follow up with a strong attack with an upward slash. Which is a lot of Ultra Great Swords use, though. It's no real surprise to use a Stomp. But well, Stomp's powerful, but slow. Now visually, I wasn't kidding. This thing's huge. And like I said, there's no historical counterpart to this weapon. It's just too damn big. If it was this size, it'd be more of a decoration piece or for a statue to hold forever. Because it's just too damn big. But, with all that aside, it is pretty awesome looking. And it looks nice and pointy, which is kind of counterproductive of most Ultra Great Swords. And, you know, chipping edges when you throw them against stuff. Well, whatever. Alright, let's go on to the physical of the Lonthric Knight Greatsword, and we got plenty of it. Got 131. Now, we just barely got that in pretty much the bonus damage. But no matter for the bonus damage, we got lightning damage. Although there's no bonus damage for lightning damage, but oh well. For the attribute bonus, we got 2Ds. One for strength and one for dexterity. And for attribute requirements, we got 24 strength and 16 dexterity, so you need plenty of both. Now on top we also got the Stomp, which cost 10 FP to start and then 15 for the upward slash for a follow-up. And the weapon's weight is 16.5, which is very hefty, but no surprise, it's Ultra Great Sword. None of them are light. So overall, this looks pretty good so far. Hopefully you'll perform even better. Now, the animations for the Lothric Knight Greatsword, well, it's the Ultra Greatsword set, so you're swinging around and kind of dropping it everywhere on your opponents. Power attack is overhead, and then pretty much, you know, the impossible maneuver. Now, two-handed is more believable. You swing it back and forth with both hands this time, dropping it everywhere. Two-handed power attack is pretty much a heavy jab and an overhead swing, which is, I'm not going to mention how impossible that looks. The rolling attack, which you can even roll with this thing, is a heavy jab, again, impossible. And heavy rolling attack is overhead swing, and pretty much dropping on your opponent. Now, there's no point using his left hand with no new animations, and how would you even lift this with their left hand? Now here's the Stomp, nothing new here. Most Ultra Great Swords share this animation. So yeah, nothing new. And the spray attack is a heavy drop on the opponent. When upgrading this weapon, you'll need Titanite Charge, which is good. It doesn't take Twinkling Titanite. When something does lightning damage, you kind of expect it to take Twinkling Titanite. But nope. You get pretty much a good upgrade. Around 13 for basic, and 10 for bonus, and around anywhere from 9 to 11 for lightning damage. When we see a true bonus, we see a dexterity came first. And you gotta see out of that. So yes, we're getting quite a bit of damage per upgrade out of this. And there's a lot of upgrades. Alright, there we go. Plenty powerful indeed. And I'm not done. Because this weapon, in fact, can be infused. Yeah. That lightning damage, you can have more than just that. This is one of the very few weapons, very few, that has like an extra effect, and you could add even more to it. Like, wow. Very few weapons can have that. So let's take our giant sword, and let's see, his knight's pretty pissed off because he's jealous because his sword doesn't have lightning damage and can't be infused. So you can see 600 damage, no surprise. Ultra great swords, all of them hurt like hell. And there we go, it's a power attack, easily punctures 2 opponents. Great reach. Now, slash. Oh, I love when I do that. And I do it at least once. Send in enemies airborne. Now I should have no problems getting through his shield. No problems at all. Yeah, so surprise took 2 hits, but whatever. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, that really hurt. Yikes. 800 damage. That's a lot. Alright, stomp attack just nearly destroyed that Gorgo. Can get to his shield though. Let's see. Okay. Power attack couldn't. How about a stomp? The stomp works, good. But of course I'm losing with like no stamina afterwards though. But yes, it goes through any shield, which is good. I'm not really surprised. This weapon has like no excuse for failing in that regard. And now for the Black Knights. Normally, most weapons falter a little bit, but I don't expect this weapon to really have any penalties given its lightning damage. Very few enemies are resistant to lightning. Very few. Sure up, there you go. Nearly 500 damage. So there is a bit of resistance, but oh well. Alright, after taking the blunt of those attacks, it just takes one more attack, and there we go. Alright, let's move on to pros and cons of the Lonthric Knight Greatsword. On the pro side, it's extremely powerful. It's excellent reach. It's lightning damage added. And it can even be infused. Now, as pro as I can do here, but it usually fit 4. Like, for instance, his weapon's upgraded with Titanite shards, but you get the idea. On the con side, well, it is pretty heavy. And it is a bit slow to swing. And unfortunately, even though it's a very late game weapon, the animations are a little boring. Nothing new has been added. Alright, moving on to the score for Lothric Knight Greatsword. Damage gets a 9 out of 10. There's plenty of damage. Now lightning, almost no enemies are resistant to it. Reach, also 9 out of 10. This weapon's on par with most great spears in terms of reach. That jab animation. Speaking of animations, I give it 2 out of 10. The jab animation is used by only a couple of the ultra great swords, but there's still quite a few ultra great swords that use it. So nothing really new there. Bonus is also where it falters a bit at 6 out of 10. As much as you get plenty of damage on us, the bonus was average. But oh well. Misc though, 10 out of 10. This weapon's excellent, it's very powerful, it has lightning damage, and it takes Titanite shards to reinforce, and it can be infused with other gems. I think there's only one other weapon that has this trait, and I need to re-review that weapon. But that's for another day. So in total, the Lothric Knight Greatsword gets 36 out of 50, which is exceptional. It wasn't for the animation and the bonus. This would be a little bit better on the scoreboard, but I find it a bit irrelevant. So there you have it. In conclusion, for short, well, this Greatsword is great. One of the very few times when you actually have great in a name, and it actually is great. But yes, a very powerful weapon. Though good luck trying to get off the hands of the Lothric Knights who wield it in the Lonthric Castle. Hint where you'll find it. You gotta get past a couple of dragons or a legion of enemies to get to them. But oh well. I think it's awesome, and that's been Showcase for today. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Take care out there.